Good day. My name is Arnold Jr. Paclibar, a BSMS CHE student, and I'm here to present my study entitled The Effects of Electrode Annealing to the Performance of Novel 3D Printed Floating Microbial Fuel Cells for Polluted Surface Water Remediation. The primary energy source used worldwide is non-renewable resources such as coal. So, as the global population increases, the energy demand also increases. One way of addressing the increasing energy demand is to use renewable energy technology. One example of renewable energy technology is microbial fuel cell, which generates electricity by harnessing electrons produced from the biochemical reactions of the bacteria present in the wastewater. A notable design improvement for MFCs is the use of additive manufacturing. It enables the creation of complex structures that would be difficult or impossible to achieve using conventional manufacturing techniques. Another improvement for the MFCs is the use of the annealing process. Annealing improves the mechanical strength of 3D printed materials by heating them to a specific temperature for a particular duration and then slowly cooling the heated part to room temperature. This is the individual MFC design used in the study. From left to right, the cathode, the separator, and the anode. For the annealing and resistance comparison, 12 sets of electrodes were buried in fine salt and annealed in an electric oven at 150 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. For comparison, another set of 12 cells was left untreated. After annealing, the electrical resistance of the electrodes was measured at varying lengths. Using a multimeter, resistance measurements were taken from end to end, reducing the measured length by 1 cm increments until the end of the electrode was reached. For the measurement of the proton transfer rate, non-annealed and annealed electrodes were prepared by measuring the pH of the surrounding distilled water until there is no change in pH. A 0.01 molar solution of HCl was used to fill the electrodes, which were then placed in a beaker filled with distilled water, allowing the acid to pass through them. The pH of the surrounding water was recorded every 30 seconds using a pH meter, and the measured pH was then converted to the concentration of protons, resulting in a proton concentration curve over time. Sample creek water was collected along 4th Estate Creek, and a 2-liter sample was collected using a PET bottle and submitted for testing. Additional water samples were collected and transferred to two 50-liter mega boxes and are used in the methodology without modifying parameters such as nutrients or pH. This is the actual floating setup where the MFCs are arranged in a 4x3 array inside the hollow styrofoam board, supported by barbecue sticks. The individual values for current and voltage were manually recorded 3 times daily until a declining trend in the recorded values was observed. The measurements were taken by connecting a solderless breadboard to the cells where the digital multimeter was also connected. Various stacking configurations were tested to determine which configuration generates the largest power and power density. And lastly, polarization was also performed using external resistances ranging from 5 ohms to 50 kilo ohms. As shown in the figure, there is a decrease in the electrode resistance after annealing. So after annealing, the layers of the 3D printed MFC is fused more effectively, resulting to a lower contact resistance and electron scattering, leading to a lower resistance value. As shown in the table, there is a decrease on the peak proton conductivity values after annealing in both electrodes. The layers in the MFC are fused better after annealing, leading to the decrease of the micropores present on the electrodes, resulting to a lower peak proton conductivity values. As shown in the figures, the non-annealed individual average voltage and current is higher compared to its annealed counterpart. The decrease in average voltage and current in the annealed set is due to the decrease of the peak proton transfer in the electrodes. Since in this design, the electrodes also act as chambers, this effect is comparable to membrane biofouling in conventional MFCs, which lowers the membrane proton conductivity and the MFC's performance. After replacing the substrate water with a fresh batch, similar behavior is observed. Values increase until it reaches a maximum point and proceeds to decrease afterward. This proves that the MFC performance is dependent on the organic matter present on the substrate wastewater. The figure shows the comparison of power and power densities of cumulative series stacking for both non-annealed and annealed cells. So as shown, as the number of cells stacked in series increase, the power and power density decreases. This is mainly due to the voltage reversal of some of the cells during stacking, resulting to a lower power generation. Contrary to the series connections, parallel connections shows an increase in power and power density as the number of cells connected in parallel increases. So adding more cells makes the system prone to power overshoot, which is undesirable in power generating systems. To avoid the effects of voltage reversal, several parallel series and series parallel configurations are done. For series parallel stacking, 3s4p configuration produced the highest power output while 2s3p achieved the highest power density among the non-annealed sets. For the annealed set, the 3s4p configuration yielded both the highest power output and power density. For parallel series stacking, the 4p3s yielded the highest power output while 2p3s produced the highest power density for the non-annealed set. In the annealed set, the 4p3s configuration also achieved the highest power output, whereas the 3p2s configuration generated the highest power density. Aside from voltage reversal, there are several factors that potentially affected the results of MFC stacking performance. First is the uncontrolled weather leads to the change in temperature in substrate water, therefore affecting the performance of the MFCs. Second is the faulty cell or connection, especially on configurations with series connection, since one faulty connection can affect the whole system. This table shows the maximum power density and optimal current density values for different MFC configurations. There is a decrease in power density and current density since the polarization curves are governed by Ohm's law. It is shown earlier that the annealing results on a lower voltage generation, meaning the calculated power and current density will also be lower. The next two slides shows the polarization curve for both annealed and non-annealed MFCs. All curves show that as the system approaches its optimal current density, the maximum power density is achieved. The table shows different studies that use 3D printing for the electrodes in MFC. Compared to other studies, this study has a lower maximum power density. One of the main reasons is the difference in sources such as synthetic wastewater, which results to a higher starting BOD compared to the surface water used in the study. Second is the electrode composition. Some studies print only one electrode and uses conventional material for the other. Compared to conventional materials, conductive PLA is only 53% carbon black by weight, making it inferior compared to pure carbon cloth and activated carbon used in other studies. The initial COD concentration of the wastewater substrate was 168 mg per liter. After conducting the MFC study, the COD levels decreased to 36 mg per liter and 35 mg per liter for the non-annealed and annealed sets respectively. This translates to a COD removal of 78.57% and 79.17% for the non-annealed and annealed sets respectively. COD is one of the crucial indicators of organic matter present in the substrate water. The removal of COD signifies that organic matter is being consumed by the bacteria present in the substrate water to generate power. The table shows the different COD removal efficiencies of other studies. This study has a lower COD removal efficiency compared to the other studies. This is due to the difference of initial COD, where the study has a relatively lower initial COD compared to the listed studies. If time is taken into consideration, this study is comparable to the listed studies above such as Chandra et al., which has an 86 efficiency but for 40 days. The design successfully generated electricity using surface water from a polluted creek. It is shown that the resistance of the 3D printed electrodes decreased after the annealing process, and the annealing set produced a lower power and power density compared to the non-annealed set. For the stacking configurations, combined series parallel connections generated a higher power and power density than single series and parallel stacking, making it more effective in stacking MFCs. The highest power density without polarization was obtained by 3p2s configuration for the non-annealed set, and 3s4p configuration for the annealed set with a value of 23.35 microwatts per meter squared and 13.96 microwatts per meter squared respectively. After polarization, the maximum power density achieved by an individual cell was 7.26 microwatts per meter squared for the annealed set and 1.37 microwatts per meter squared for the annealed set. For 3s4p, the maximum power density was 21.81 microwatts per meter squared for the annealed set and 24.03 microwatts per meter squared for the annealed set. Lastly, for 4s3p, the maximum power density was 26.73 microwatts per meter squared for the annealed set and 24.09 microwatts per meter squared for the annealed set. COD was consumed for the MFC to generate electricity, achieving a removal efficiency of 78.57% and 79.17% for the non-annealed and annealed sets, respectively. This study recommends using annealing on a different MFC configuration from the study, where the electrodes are not acting as chambers, identifying the electrogenic bacteria present on the substrate water, or using synthetic wastewater to measure the performance of the MFC. Investigate the effects of pH and temperature to the performance of the MFC. And lastly, future researchers may also test the MFC in an in situ setup to test its actual performance. That's all for my presentation. Thank you for listening.